Yeah. All right, Doctor, welcome back, sir. I quite understand you struggle a little bit with the technology over there.
I think we're having
Yeah,
network
no, sir.
issues.
Yes, I understand.
I'm with you.
All right, sir. So, all right, you're welcome back. So, the question I was asking, sir, before the network issue came in, was that
Mm.
the current Naira swap policy or redesign, or anyone will put it, what are the merits of the redesign?
See, we don't seem to be proactive. We only take action when situation arises. You see, let me talk globally. It is a norm, even in the United States of America. It is a norm to redesign your money, your currency, every 5 years. There is even a standard in the United States. So the citizens knows that that naira they are holding, they will have to change it in about 5 years time. But the process does not call for any issue, because it follows a seamless, painless situation. Now, if we are talking of redesigning of currency, if we want to look at the merit, it will be better if we look at it globally, because the Nigerian system, if you ask me what are the merits of this naira redesign, I will tell you there is no merit. But if we are looking at what is the global merit of currency redesign, fine, it's good. Generally, the first thing that we want to achieve by redesigning the currency is to avoid or to reduce money laundering, where some people will stash the currency in their abode. The central bank or the apex bank of the economy will be calculating that we have in some people's hand. You get it? They may take it outside the country and stash it there, just keep it there for whatever their. The second thing is, you see, when too much currency is in circulation, our economic knowledge teaches us that what we will have is a situation of demand pull inflation. So to curb inflation, the central bank or the apex bank of any economy may wish to redesign their currency. So the merits are: one, to reduce money laundering or control it, to control inflation, and to have a good grasp of how the economy is moving. That is the general advantage of currency redesign.
So, in a nutshell, now, we can just say that this very particular one does not have any merit, not even a single one, sir. Okay, what about those that actually believe that there is element of politics in the design,
that is
in,
that
in
is
the time
it.
that,
You see,
and now, sir, let me just add on this question, sir. And now we know very well through history that Nigeria electoral process has always been heavily monetized. Which now
mm,
let me quickly refer to this. Dollar was not as worse as it is now before the primary election of all those major political parties, which you could record as is highly dollarized. You understand? It was after that primary election that Naira to dollar began to experience a very horrible situation again. So now, with this fear, if we should go into the election with this mindset of monetizing the electoral process, do you think it will it post the best for the country?
my brother, you see, the best way to approach this thing would have been before now. If the CBN was targeting the election that we'll hold in a couple of days now, then this request should have been done about a year ago, wherein we will have thought that, okay, we want to reduce the extent of monetizing our election. And okay, the best way to do that is now to go cashless. At least if you transfer money into electorate's accounts, that can be traced. But do we have the wherewithal to do it? This program, immediately we started, we were put off because of network. Our power system is not functioning. The internet system is not functioning. So how do we go cashless? You see, that has been defeated. The best way to approach this will have been first facing the social amenities. If we get it working, everything will work. Even voting at polling booths, we don't need it. With our NIN and everything, you can vote anywhere once the network is there. It is only the masses that is suffering now. If we say, okay, we want to reduce the amount, the level at which they monetize our political situation, it is not now. It is not now, because the political gladiators now are owners of commercial banks. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, we know the number of banks that he has higher shareholding in those banks. Will you now say such a person cannot have the money? Or is it Peter Obi that was the chairman of a bank? Or Atiku himself? So it cannot work now. It cannot work now. The things that will make it work are not in place now. It is only the masses that will suffer.
Yeah, all right,
Leave that at that.
Yes, I love your thought, and it's not least expected knowing who you are. But sir, I still want to be on this very theme of politics of Naira redesign, because I know everything revolves around the politics of it. Some people have been blaming this on the governor of Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, while some people are blaming it on the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, looking at it, there are so many questions that were thrown up. Like, if you look at some opposition party now to the ruling party, they are saying that APC has brought this to us. Even the presidential candidate of APC is blaming even the presidency as the president of the team. And all this drama that we are seeing in left, right, center. In 1984, that was a Naira redesign by the same president. And this time around, just almost similarly to the same purpose why that money was, why the same policy was brought on there. Now, to be very truthful without any bias, can we actually blame this on the government of Central Bank? Actually, or we say the blame is actually to the president or the political party in power?
Thank you, my brother. I will blame it on the Central Bank president, because it is you that you are the economist. It is you that you are the banker. You are the expert in this policy redesign of a thing. The president we have there, permit me to use this word, is more or less like an absentee landlord. He knows little about how the economy works. So it is you as the expert that should advise him on how this will work. But it was you that assured him that it was going to work. Imagine CBN mopping up about 2.7 trillion from circulation and releasing about 400 million, which is even up to 1 trillion to the circulation. Then there will be shortage of currency. But I'm not surprised. Like I told somebody sometimes, if a policy implementation is politically motivated, what you have is policy mess. You mess up the whole thing, and that is what we are seeing now. Imagine, despite all the suffering that people are still going through, the purpose is not achieved. The central bank have now said it that there is an injunction, the old and the new currency should exist side by side until further notice.
So what have been achieved? They've made a mess of the whole thing. So I blame the CBN governor, because the president is only the coordinator of the economy. He is not an expert in how the economy works. He's not an expert in how the monetary policy works. He's not an expert in how the fiscal policy works. It is you that are the experts that are there to advise the president appropriately. So I blame the CBN governor.
Okay, well, I think from your perspective as well, your blame is going to the central bank governor because
Sure,
he is in best position to actually guide the president aright, even
the
though
president.
the president, yes, brings this on. So
Yes.
that
Yeah.
is beautiful. But now moving forward,
Mm,
this policy has come. We've
mm,
seen it is seriously being implemented. The implementation
mm.
was very poor. But now, my own concern and majority of our people here is that isn't this going to lead to a very adverse effect on the economy? Is there a possibility of having a very adverse effect on the economy?
Well, it is already affecting the economy. At least in my area here, majority of the POS operator have shut down because they couldn't access cash. Most petty traders could not access cash to buy their wares, and some of us that will buy petty things over here couldn't do that. In fact, the effect, it will take a long time before we balance, because it has already affected the economy, and the purpose of doing the whole thing is not being achieved. You see, the way people are reacting in banks, going naked, destroying banks, those banks that are destroyed, it will take time before they can get back on track. Although they find their insurance companies can come to it, but what has been spoiled within some minutes will take some days to revive. So definitely it is affecting the economy, and it is the downtrodden that is mostly affected. It is the downtrodden, the petty traders, the Okada riders, and the little people that just take some 50,000 naira together to run their business. It is them that are the receiving end. It is surely affecting. It is surely affecting the economy. And all these things come together to see how the economy works. It will affect the economy because it is already doing that.
Okay, lovely. Before I come back to you, Doctor, for our people posting comments online, I've seen a quite number of our people. Adegboyega Matthew said, "Doctor is making sense. Now, redesign is not political; it is determined that is wrong." Doctor, what is your reaction to that? Say
That
that the now
no, the
redesign is the timing is wrong.
the timing is wrong. That is it. That is it. I've said it before. It is the timing that is wrong. The policy is a very good policy if it is not targeted at witch hunting some individuals. The timing is wrong.
Okay. And you even talk in that direction. Please, if you have questions and contributions, you can still be dropping it in the comment section. We're live, we'll be displaying it live, and before we wind down, we attend to it. So, for as many of us that were still online with us, I can see us. Please do well to drop your question or anything you feel like contributing to the program. Thank you. Now, uh, seriously, some people actually believe that the act of the design is to witch hunt. Do you really subscribe to this school of thought?
Well, naturally, I don't want to believe that because I deal with facts. I deal with facts. My training deals with facts, not hearsay. But if it is not true, it appears so. It appears so because I can hear the CBN governor making reference to the monetization of the electoral process. That one of the things that the policy wishes to achieve is to reduce the monetization of the electoral process. But I ask myself, what is the concern of the CBN governor in ensuring a free and fair election? Fine, we are all players, we are all contributors to having a better Nigeria, but I think that should be left to the INEC. There are agencies of government that are in charge of monitoring this. Is the AFCC weak? Is the ICPC weak? Can they not monitor how the electoral process should not be monetized? You see, so I don't want to subscribe to it because there's no concrete data to support that, but it appears so. But and since it appears so, I think it will be wrong because it is not the concern of the CBN governor. It should be the jurisdiction of the EFCC or the ICPC or other anti-graft agencies.
Well, beautifully said. But now that the policy actually came to be, just like you said, the central bank actually was citing vote buying as the major excuse behind the design policy and what have you. But to what extent do you think we might not experience the same vote buying in the forthcoming election?
My brother, people are hungry. And the elites are tapping on the fact that people are hungry. It can only be reduced. It will take time to eradicate it. And like Governor El-Rufai said sometimes in an interview on Channels TV, whoever will become the president of Nigeria now is only a transitionary leader. We are yet to get there. So we should not deceive ourselves. Whoever comes in now cannot undo the heel that has been done to this country. It will take time. They can promise all El Dorado, but they cannot achieve it. They can only set the pace for incoming administrations that will achieve a better Nigeria for us. Whoever is coming now is a transitionary leader. Whoever. None of them, check it out, none of them is worthy of leading this country. The ones that are worthy of leading could not get the ticket from these big parties. So it will take time to stop monetization of the political system even in advanced nations. They still monetize it, but because they are advanced and relatively they are not hungry, there is an extent to which you buy their conscience. Some people are ready to sell their voters card and their thumbprint for a token of 1,000 naira now. If you see the amount of hunger that is in the economy now, and this hunger has abated for the last 8 years, that we thought a savior has come in our incumbent president. The things are so bad in the economy, people are ready. So stopping vote buying, it will take time. Not in this forthcoming election. It can only reduce.
All right. Even though assertion is a very strong one over there, but I know you have reasons for saying that. And before I go to the final segment, because we are almost landing off because of our viewers online, I just want to take, even though these are never planned for it, I just want to bring it in, knowing that having you is a privilege today, and I know what the thoughts you can actually give out to us. Have you been privileged to look into the manifestos of the leading candidates of the forthcoming elections, sir? And if yes, do you have any few things you think you want to highlight from their policy?
Well, their manifestos are all junks. None of them, except this young political party or young people's political party or something, YPP, that has a robust manifesto. It is easier said than done. But all these, their white horse elephant promises, the Nigerians should not expect much from whoever. At least it is now we know that there are 4 leading candidates: Kwankwaso, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and Bola Tinubu. Those are the four leading candidates that could garner some measure of votes. But looking into their manifesto, they are just promising that don't worry, by next year you become a millionaire. None of them is coming to tell us what are the process. How do you get there? How do we resolve it? None of them has an impressive manifesto to me. None of them. I must be sincere. None of them. None.
Doctor, I think I'm really enjoying the conversation. This very hard. There is one important question coming from our viewers now. A particular one I've seen almost people turning off, and maybe they want us to bring it up. What effect can this monetary policy have on foreign exchange, sir? Asked by Adegboyega, one of our followers currently. Is there any effect on foreign exchange?
Sure. There is effect. You will see that the exchange system in Nigeria is a dual one. We have the normal window where it's exchanged for about 450 naira to a dollar now, and the black market where it's exchanged for like between 700 to 900 naira. You see, it is because we have too much money in circulation that you can just carry your money to the black market and exchange for a dollar. And that is affecting the performance of the dollar in the economy. Surely, if this policy is well implemented and the target is achieved, at least the Central Bank of Nigeria can regulate the players in the foreign exchange market, and the demand for dollar unnecessarily will reduce. Okay, you see people going to the black market to buy dollar because they want to spray it at party. That is not one of the targets of exchange rate policy. So this policy can help reduce the exchange and improve the performance of the exchange rate market if well articulated, and if it's able to achieve its objectives. The central bank can easily monitor how the cash in the economy is moving, in whose hand is it domiciled, and will be able to monitor the play in the exchange rate market.
Yeah, lovely, Doc. It is widely said, but I don't know to what extent, that we always say that it's not as if Nigeria doesn't have good policy, but the implementation has always been the major problem. As an expert in the field of economy, I know her. So, what do you think? What do you think can be the possible solution to the manner at which we implement policy these days, sir?
Comrade Ogurinu, thank you. And I just want to take you back to memory lane. You're also an economist, and I am proud to say that you pass through my path sometimes. I have told you, even during those days, that our problem in Nigeria is sincerity of purpose. We are not being sincere. So most of the policies, when we write it with wonderful, fantastic English, but when it comes to implementation, we will now want to see how the gains of the policy will benefit individuals. We are not being sincere. Until we are sincere, until there is human blood flowing in our vein, we cannot achieve anything, because the people at the end of our affair want to keep us worshiping them forever. There is what we call culture of materialism. We are the lower help too. We worship them so much. If anybody comes now with money, we believe is the best, and it is not supposed to be so. Until we have leaders who are sincere, who have sincerity of purpose. There are some of them, but where you have majority that are, permit me to use the word, fools, and you happen to be about one or two wise men there, if you are not careful, foolishness is a communicable disease. Your wiseness will become foolish too. So until Nigerians learn to be sincere, until our leaders have sincerity of purpose, we cannot have sincere policy implementation. We have people that have wonderful policies here, but implementing it, because they are not sincere, the implementers of our policies are not sincere, that is what is missing. So until we have sincerity of purpose, I'm sorry, we are still where we are, and we'll still continue like this.
No, it's sincerely a very very sad one, Doc. A very very sad one. I could recall
Wow.
one of those class then when I think I've once asked you such a question in classroom in those days, and you actually thought it was the same thing. You said that the lack of political will, and it's
That
so
is,
saddening that this is still repeating itself up to now. So it's very
it
very
will
very saddening.
continue.
Uh, Before I come back to you, Doc, I want to thank you, our viewers. Thank you for the love. I love as we're bringing it in. Thank you, my mentor, Iyola Olabisi Samuel. Thank you so much, sir. Also, an economist. Thank you for showing love. Thank you so much, my consultant, Lifespan Media, Victor, Engineer Victor Aisu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Buhari always failed to learn from the past. Same poor planning of the Naira decline, same scenario in 1984. Okay, we take that. According to Seun, that can only be great when you and I are ready to. Thank you so much. Abayomi Awolowo, Engineer Victor. It's so sad a professor of economics can't foresee the shortcoming and negative effect of Naira redesign. Oh, I
Sad.
don't know what you mean by that. It's so sad the professor of economics can't
Yes,
foresee it. Okay,
Emefiele
okay,
should have
all
seen it.
right, all right.
It's
That is
Emefiele is
very,
referring to.
very true. That is very true. But so we find
Mm.
ourselves in this where we find ourselves, and it's so sad. And thank you, doctor, for staying tuned. And to the final stage of my question is, sir, I we've been one of the reasons why this platform is put together is basically for the youth. I think sometimes early this year I had some talk with your boy Sam Makinde, my friend from UK, and we had a whole lot talk around so many things, and also with a colleague Humar in my working place and all this thing. And I said that the platform we are trying to bring on board is the one that purely we are targeting young Nigerians and young Africans as a whole, where we can begin to build emerging leaders that will take up the power in every sphere, politically, business, in every sector in Nigeria. So that is one of the main purpose for this very conversation. And the reception has been very awesome. And there are a whole lot of those young ones right here on this channel watching us right away. So that is what I want to ask you, sir. In your own view, who do you think an ideal leader is?
Hmm.
An ideal leader.
An ideal leader is a leader that feels the pains of the follower. An ideal leader is a leader who is not a boss, a leader who should be a kind of a shepherd. Yes, an ideal leader should be a shepherd who is interested in the welfare of his sheep, in the welfare of his followers, in how they are faring. An ideal leader is a leader who understands that my followers should be hungry at this material point in time. An ideal leader is a leader who can see, who can foresee the future and see that it will rain. As he's leading his followers, he should be able to foresee that there is rain ahead. And how do we plan to have a shelter before it begins to rain? Not a boss that we think the followers should be the one to carry him, or the follower should be the one to to think of his welfare. It is the leader that thinks of the welfare of the followers, and he is proactive, always preparing for days ahead, because there are always challenges on our ways. So an ideal leader should always prepare for challenges that may come the way of his followers.
Oh, very nice, sir. And in as much I'm trying my possible best, yes, I will, not to put in spotlight like maybe as per the forthcoming election, because that is not the purpose of you coming here. But we've
Okay.
seen the youth gathering momentum and some stuff.
Mm.
As, as it stands now, for the
Mm.
forthcoming election, what is your message for the youth? As per
Well,
I
I will sincerely say, get your PVC and vote your conscience. Don't sell your conscience. But whatever choice you make, the beautiful ones are not yet born. Don't place too much expectation on any of them. They are transitional leaders. But vote your conscience, participate, and let's get prepared for subsequent ones. Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much,
Mm.
sir.
Thank you so much.
And before I finally let you go, sir, don't. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry, sir.
No
Before I finally
problem.
let you, before I finally let you go, we've over the years, from the First Republic through the Second Republic and in the current dispensation we are, we've always seen the Nigeria voting pattern following almost the same trend. Do you foresee any alteration to this voting pattern this time around?
Well, there may be a little, because our experience in the last 8 years will have effect on this election. Unfortunately, 3 of the leading political parties have picked their candidates along tribal lane. That may have some little effect on the election, of course, except in the southern part of the country, where we have some measure of enlightened youth who may want to say, I'm voting not because this man is from my tribe, but because this man can perform. So summarily, I foresee a little bit divergent from what it used to be, but it cannot be so pronounced. It cannot be so pronounced, but it should be little. There should be little.
Wow, Doctor, thank you so much. I don't know which other words I can use right away to really to really thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
always welcome.
It's
You're
been a
always welcome.
hosting you. You know, for those watching us right away, I can see the in fact the engagement today is very much. The engagement is very much today online. Even despite we had little issue going to Facebook earlier before we switch to YouTube, but the engagement has been very okay. Uh, I want to thank you on behalf of my entire team, my consultant, like 10 Media, uh, the studio director, and every other one that has been part of this vision. Uh, Dr. Oyediran, I'm always tempted calling him Ali because that's what we call him those days. And for the
You
sake of our
correct
viewers,
it.
you know, I'm really happy because today uh, he has always been the one giving questions to me inside white paper, black and white. But today, I'm the one throwing questions to him now, and he must answer. And he has just done just that. Dr. Ali,
Please.
developmental economist, a lecturer at the Department of Economics, Kogi State
Thank you.
University. I really thank you for joining us today. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine. The pleasure
All
is
right.
mine. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Viewers, we really appreciate. I don't know. I don't know. I wish the conversation continues. I want to thank everyone. Now the time came at the wrong time, but that ship has said we have a nation to build. Therefore, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uzeni Abdulganiu, now design is the best, is the best country with the bad leadership. All right. What makes the country the best? Atayobami. Okay, I'm seeing some level of engagement here. Thank you guys. Please, for as many that are here online with us, to have me on WhatsApp. Please, there is a program we are proposing that is coming on uh, within the next week. We want to make it operation show your voters card and be determined to go and vote. Show your voters card and be determined to go and vote. Everybody will come into the studio. It won't be a one-man talk. As many people that you want your voice to be heard. I've said it over and over again that this platform is basically for everyone's voice to be heard. Be ready. I'm going to send us a link, invite link. All of us we are coming. We are to just add what doctor said now that there might be a kind of little shift from what we normally have in terms of the voting pattern of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So if this one will be, it depends on you and I. He has also said that vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. I could recall Professor Osinbajo said that you cannot vote for somebody you do not believe in during the primaries of the APC in Abuja sometime last year. So now, vote your conscience. So we are going to bring the program on board. Please, for those that don't have my number, 070 60 43 6611. 070 60 43 6611. I don't know if the studio can help us display that one as we are rounding up. 070. All right, 070. You can see it on the screen. Thank you, studio, for bringing it on. 070 43 6611. You want your voice to be heard. You want to be part of this conversation. Please do well to just send a message. I'm always available. Thank you so much. Until Wednesday, when we are going to meet for our midweek chat, I remain your servant always, Olalekan Solomon Ogunrinu. Thank you for staying by. God bless you and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.